Have you ever wondered why certain people in your life seem friendly on the surface but leave you feeling uneasy? Why do some people say all the right things but fail to show up when you truly need them? Have you ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted? These are daily experiences many of us go through without realizing the deeper impact. Fake people are often around us, hiding their true intentions, making it difficult to know who is genuine and who isn't. Let me share a simple example. Imagine you're at work, and there's a colleague who always compliments you. They offer to help, smile, and act supportive. But when you need them most, like during a difficult project, they disappear. You feel hurt, confused, and wonder if they were ever sincere. This is just one way fake people operate. They project one image but act in another way when things get tough. Now, before we dive deeper into understanding these fake people and how to recognize them, I'd like to welcome you to Wisdom Woven, where we uncover life's deepest truths through Buddhism. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So, if you're finding this helpful so far, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more valuable content to you. As we continue, we'll explore how fake people hide behind masks and how Buddhism teaches us to see through these illusions. Fake people can disrupt your peace, but when you learn to recognize them, you'll find ways to protect yourself. Buddhism helps us cultivate mindfulness and discernment to spot those who aren't what they seem. Instead of letting their actions drain your energy, you can learn how to let go of their negativity without falling into their traps. By understanding the nature of deception, you'll be able to live with more peace and authenticity, surrounding yourself with genuine connections. In this journey, we will use Buddhist wisdom to uncover the truth behind those who deceive, and you'll gain the tools to protect your inner peace. Stay tuned for the next part, where we dive deeper into the nature of fake people. The nature of fake people, a Buddhist perspective. In the journey of life, we often meet people who seem genuine at first, yet, as time passes, their true nature reveals itself. Understanding the essence of fake individuals can be illuminating, much like how a candle dispels darkness, allowing us to see clearly. In Buddhism, we often talk about illusion and reality. Fake people are an embodiment of illusion, presenting themselves in a way that is not true to who they are. To navigate our relationships effectively, we must learn to see beyond these illusions. To begin, let us consider the nature of attachment and expectation. In our lives, we develop attachments to people based on our perceptions of them. When we encounter someone new, we often project our desires and expectations onto them, hoping they will fulfill our needs for companionship, support, or validation. This is a natural human inclination. However, when these expectations are not met, we can feel betrayed, as if the person we trusted has let us down. This is where mindfulness comes into play. Practicing mindfulness helps us observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It allows us to acknowledge our expectations and understand that they might not align with reality. Fake people often thrive on this attachment because they understand the dynamics of relationships. They may present themselves in a way that plays into our desires, only to pull away when we need them most. By being mindful, we can recognize these patterns and protect ourselves from the hurt they may cause. Now, let's delve deeper into why people choose to wear masks. The reasons can vary greatly, and understanding these motives can help us cultivate compassion, even for those who deceive us. Some individuals may act insincerely because they fear rejection or judgment. They believe that if they present a facade, they will be more accepted by others. This fear can lead them to compromise their true selves, and in doing so, they lose touch with authenticity. Others may be driven by a desire for power or control. In some cases, fake people manipulate others to gain advantages, whether in personal relationships or professional settings. Their motivations are often rooted in insecurity, reflecting their inability to connect genuinely with others. This understanding opens a door for us to feel compassion, realizing that their actions stem from their struggles, even if we do not condone their behavior. Moreover, it is essential to recognize the societal influences that shape our perceptions of authenticity. In a world that often values appearances over substance, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. Many people wear masks to fit into social norms, seeking approval from those around them. They fear being seen for who they truly are, so they choose to present a version of themselves that aligns with what they believe others expect. This creates a cycle of inauthenticity, where everyone feels compelled to hide their true selves. Buddhism teaches us about the concept of sangha, the community of practitioners. In a supportive community, we can be encouraged to embrace our true selves without fear of judgment. It is crucial to seek out authentic connections that nurture our growth, allowing us to shed our masks and engage with others genuinely. When we cultivate relationships with those who are true to themselves, we create a safe space where authenticity can flourish. Another key aspect of recognizing fake people is understanding the role of ego. The ego often drives us to seek validation and recognition from others, leading us to create false images of ourselves or to become attracted to the facades others present. In this dance of ego, we can become blind to authenticity, focusing instead on superficial qualities. Acknowledging the ego's influence allows us to step back and evaluate our relationships critically. Are we drawn to someone because of their true essence, or are we captivated by the illusions they project? As we navigate through life, it is essential to cultivate discernment, an ability to see things clearly and make wise choices. Discernment allows us to differentiate between those who are genuine and those who are not. This does not mean we should become cynical or mistrustful. Rather, it encourages us to approach relationships with an open heart while being aware of potential deception. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, can aid in developing discernment. Through meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This practice enhances our ability to perceive reality as it is, helping us to recognize the authenticity in others and ourselves. The more we engage in self-reflection, the clearer our understanding of ourselves and our relationships becomes. Additionally, it is vital to set healthy boundaries with those who exhibit fake behavior. Boundaries are not walls. Rather, they are compassionate guidelines that help us protect our energy and well-being. When we recognize that someone is not being genuine, it is within our right to distance ourselves from their influence. Setting boundaries creates space for authentic relationships to thrive while safeguarding us from negativity. As we explore the nature of fake people, it is essential to remember that our reactions to them are within our control. We can choose to respond with understanding and compassion rather than anger or resentment. Buddhism teaches us that harboring negative emotions can lead to our suffering, while responding with compassion can promote healing. By letting go of grudges and embracing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the chains of negativity. In this journey of understanding fake people, we also gain insights into our authenticity. Each encounter, whether positive or negative, provides an opportunity for self-discovery. When we confront the illusions presented by others, we can reflect on our values, beliefs, and desires. This self-reflection can lead to profound growth and transformation, guiding us toward a more authentic existence. In conclusion, recognizing the nature of fake people is a vital step toward fostering authentic relationships and enhancing our overall well-being. By cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and discernment, we empower ourselves to navigate the complexities of human interaction. Understanding the motivations behind inauthentic behavior allows us to approach these situations with empathy while protecting our own energy. Embracing authenticity not only enriches our connections but also illuminates our path, helping us remain true to ourselves in a world often clouded by illusions. Signs of inauthenticity. How to identify fake individuals. In our journey through life, encountering different people is inevitable. Some individuals bring joy and wisdom, while others can leave us feeling confused and drained. But how can we tell who is real and who is not? Recognizing the signs of inauthenticity is crucial for protecting our hearts and minds. Let's explore some key signs that indicate someone may not be genuine. First, consider how a person communicates. Fake individuals often rely on flattery and insincere compliments to gain your trust. They might shower you with praise, but their words may lack depth. For example, if someone constantly tells you how amazing you are without truly knowing you or your struggles, it might be a sign that they are not being authentic. Genuine friends will appreciate your strengths and also be willing to discuss your weaknesses openly. They support your growth, not just your ego. Another sign to watch for is inconsistency in behavior. Fake people may switch their attitudes depending on the situation or the company they are with. One moment they are friendly and engaging, and the next, they may act distant or uninterested. This erratic behavior can create confusion. In contrast, a genuine person will display consistent actions that align with their words. They are reliable and true to themselves, no matter the circumstances. Furthermore, pay attention to how someone treats others. A person who speaks negatively about others, spreads gossip, or shows a lack of respect may very well do the same to you. Fake individuals often engage in this behavior as a way to elevate themselves. True friends, however, uplift and support one another, treating everyone with kindness and respect. Remember, the way someone treats others is often a reflection of how they will treat you. Another important indicator of inauthenticity is a lack of accountability. Fake people may avoid taking responsibility for their actions, often deflecting blame onto others. If someone constantly makes excuses and never acknowledges their mistakes, it can be a red flag. Genuine individuals are willing to accept their faults and work towards improving themselves. They understand that personal growth comes from learning from their experiences, both good and bad. Moreover, consider how someone responds to your success. Fake friends may react with jealousy or passive-aggressive comments rather than genuine happiness. They may downplay your achievements or try to make you feel guilty for your success. In contrast, true friends celebrate your victories and encourage you to strive for more. They lift you up instead of tearing you down, fostering a positive environment where everyone can thrive. Another sign of inauthenticity is a lack of vulnerability. Fake people often hide behind a facade, presenting a polished image to the world. They may avoid discussing their struggles or emotions, creating a barrier between themselves and others. Genuine connections require vulnerability and openness. When someone is willing to share their true selves, flaws and all, it indicates a level of authenticity that is crucial for meaningful relationships. Additionally, be aware of people who are overly self-centered. Fake individuals often prioritize their needs and desires above others, lacking empathy or compassion. They may dominate conversations, focusing on their experiences without taking the time to listen to yours. In contrast, genuine friends value your perspective, engage in meaningful conversations, and show a sincere interest in your life. Another subtle yet important sign is the energy you feel when interacting with someone. Trust your instincts. If you leave a conversation feeling drained, anxious, or uneasy, it might be a sign that the person is not genuine. True friends inspire you and leave you feeling uplifted and positive. They create a safe space where you can be yourself without fear of judgment. As we navigate through life, remember that these signs of inauthenticity can sometimes be challenging to spot. People can be complex, and it's essential to approach each relationship with an open mind. However, cultivating mindfulness can help us develop a sharper awareness of those around us. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness encourages us to be present in each moment, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. By observing our interactions with others, we can begin to identify patterns that may indicate inauthenticity. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to discern the true nature of those we encounter, making it easier to navigate relationships with clarity and compassion. It is also important to remember that everyone has flaws, and nobody is perfect. Even genuine friends can make mistakes. The key is to recognize whether the person consistently demonstrates authenticity and respect in their actions. Authenticity is not just about being perfect. It's about being real, open, and willing to grow. Lastly, as we conclude this part, remember that your well-being matters. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you. By recognizing the signs of inauthenticity, you can create a circle of genuine connections that nurture your soul. Embrace the journey of discovering real relationships and let go of those who do not align with your values. Stay mindful, stay open, and trust yourself as you navigate the complexities of human relationships. The more you cultivate your awareness, the better equipped you will be to identify and nurture authentic connections in your life. Understanding the root cause. Why do people pretend? In our journey of life, we often encounter people who wear masks. These masks hide their true selves, making it hard for us to understand who they really are. To uncover the root cause of why some individuals pretend, we must look deep within human nature and our shared experiences. Understanding this can help us see beyond their facades. At the heart of pretending often lies fear. Many people fear rejection, judgment, or loneliness. This fear can drive them to behave in ways that are not true to themselves. Instead of being genuine, they adopt a persona that they believe will be more acceptable to others. For instance, someone may pretend to be more confident or successful than they really are. They think that if they project an image of success, they will be liked and accepted by others. But in doing so, they lose touch with who they truly are. Another reason people pretend is the desire for control. In a world where so much feels uncertain, some individuals cling to the idea that by putting on a certain act, they can control how others perceive them. They may believe that by crafting a specific image, they can navigate social situations more smoothly or avoid confrontation. However, this need for control often leads to a disconnect from their authentic selves. It creates a cycle of dishonesty that is hard to break. Moreover, societal pressures play a significant role in this behavior. From a young age, we are taught to conform to certain norms and standards. Social media amplifies this pressure, showcasing a curated version of life that can make anyone feel inadequate. People start to compare themselves to these perfect images and feel the need to measure up. Consequently, they may pretend to be something they are not, in hopes of gaining approval or admiration. It is essential to understand that this is not a true reflection of their worth. In Buddhism, we learn about the concept of suffering. This suffering is often rooted in our attachments and desires. When people become attached to the idea of how they should be perceived, they suffer internally. They struggle with their identity and may even experience anxiety and stress. This suffering can lead them to further disguise themselves, creating a vicious cycle. The more they pretend, the more they feel disconnected from their true self, which in turn fuels more suffering. Another aspect to consider is the past experiences that shape individuals. Some may have faced trauma, betrayal, or rejection, leading them to build walls around their hearts. These experiences create a protective mechanism, causing them to wear masks to shield themselves from further pain. While this behavior is understandable, it does not allow for true connection and healing. By hiding their true selves, they miss out on forming genuine relationships that could bring comfort and support. Additionally, some people pretend because they lack self-awareness. They may not even realize they are being fake. Their actions and words might be out of alignment with their true feelings and thoughts. They could be so caught up in pleasing others that they forget to check in with themselves. This lack of self-awareness can perpetuate the cycle of deception, making it harder for them to break free. Understanding these root causes helps us approach fake people with compassion. Instead of merely labeling them as deceitful, we can recognize the fears, pressures, and past experiences that shape their behavior. This awareness doesn't excuse their actions, but it allows us to view them through a more empathetic lens. In Buddhism, compassion is key. We learn that everyone experiences suffering, and those who pretend are often struggling in their own way. When we encounter fake people, we have a choice. We can choose to respond with anger and resentment, or we can respond with compassion and understanding. This doesn't mean we have to accept their behavior or allow them to hurt us. Instead, we can acknowledge their struggles while maintaining our boundaries. This approach enables us to protect our peace without falling into the trap of negativity. It's also essential to reflect on our own behavior. Are there times when we have worn a mask? Have we pretended to be someone we're not to fit in or gain approval? Self-reflection is a powerful tool for growth. By examining our motivations, we can identify when we are being authentic and when we are not. This awareness helps us cultivate a more genuine presence in our relationships. As we continue on this journey of understanding, we can look for signs of authenticity in ourselves and others. We can ask ourselves what it means to be true to our nature. It involves embracing our imperfections and acknowledging that we are all works in progress. By being open and honest about who we are, we invite others to do the same. In conclusion, understanding the root causes of why people pretend can deepen our compassion and enhance our relationships. By recognizing that fake behavior often stems from fear, societal pressure, and past experiences, we can approach these situations with empathy. Remember, while we cannot change others, we can change how we respond. In the practice of Buddhism, we learn that true connection and authenticity start from within. By embracing our true selves, we not only free ourselves from the burden of pretense, but also encourage others to do the same. Let us move forward on this path of understanding, compassion, and authenticity. The impact of fake people on your mental well-being. In our lives, we encounter many types of people, but not all of them bring positivity or support. Fake individuals often wear masks that hide their true selves. This deception can impact our mental well-being in profound ways. Understanding how these interactions affect us is crucial to maintaining a healthy mind and spirit. When we engage with fake people, it can leave us feeling confused and drained. Imagine giving your time and energy to someone who only pretends to care. You share your thoughts, your dreams, and your struggles, believing that they are listening and understanding. Yet, deep down, you sense that their interest is not genuine. This disconnect can create an emotional void that weighs heavily on your heart. Fake people often thrive on manipulation and deceit. They might flatter you to gain your trust, only to later use that trust against you. This betrayal can lead to feelings of anger, frustration, and sadness. It's essential to recognize that these feelings are valid. When someone is insincere, it can make us question our judgment and our ability to connect with others. The mental strain of dealing with fake people can lead to anxiety. You may find yourself constantly second-guessing your interactions and wondering about others' true intentions. This state of uncertainty can be exhausting. The more time you spend worrying about fake people, the less time you have for meaningful connections. You may feel isolated, even in a crowd of acquaintances. Moreover, fake people can affect your self-esteem. When someone close to you is insincere, it may lead you to doubt your worth. You might wonder, am I not good enough for them to be real with me? This line of thinking can be detrimental, as it shifts the blame onto you. In reality, their behavior reflects their character, not yours. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate self-awareness and compassion. When faced with fake individuals, it's crucial to maintain a clear perspective. Recognizing that their actions stem from their own insecurities can help you distance yourself from the emotional turmoil they create. Instead of internalizing their negativity, focus on nurturing your own mental health. Another significant impact of fake people is that they can cloud our judgment. When we surround ourselves with insincerity, it becomes challenging to identify authentic relationships. We may start to see everyone through a lens of distrust, which can lead to social isolation. This cycle can perpetuate feelings of loneliness and despair. To combat this, it's essential to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness allows us to be present in our interactions. By observing our feelings and reactions, we can identify when someone's behavior doesn't align with our values. This awareness empowers us to make conscious choices about who we allow into our lives. In Buddhist philosophy, there is a concept called right association. It emphasizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with wise and compassionate individuals. When we prioritize relationships with genuine people, we foster an environment of positivity and support. This shift can dramatically improve our mental well-being. Moreover, it's vital to set healthy boundaries with those who drain our energy. Boundaries are not walls. They are protective measures. They allow us to engage with others without losing our sense of self. By establishing boundaries, we communicate our needs and protect our mental space from those who do not respect it. When you start to recognize the impact of fake people, consider reflecting on your relationships. Ask yourself, are these connections uplifting or draining? Do they support my growth, or do they hinder it? This reflection can be a guiding light in reshaping your social circle. Additionally, practicing compassion towards yourself is crucial. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel hurt when deceived. Allow yourself to process these emotions without judgment. Understand that everyone has encountered fake individuals at some point, and it's a shared human experience. This awareness can foster a sense of connection with others who have faced similar challenges. As you continue on your journey, remember to celebrate the genuine relationships you have. Surrounding yourself with authenticity will not only enhance your mental well-being, but also bring joy and fulfillment to your life. Genuine friends support us, challenge us to grow, and share in our joys and sorrows. In summary, fake people can significantly impact our mental well-being, leading to confusion, anxiety, and diminished self-esteem. By cultivating self-awareness, setting healthy boundaries, and focusing on genuine relationships, we can protect our minds and spirits from the negativity that fake individuals bring. As we learn to navigate the complexities of human interactions, let's embrace the teachings of Buddhism that encourage us to live authentically and surround ourselves with those who uplift us. By doing so, we create a harmonious environment that fosters mental well-being and allows us to flourish. Navigating social relationships, balancing compassion and wisdom. In our journey through life, we often encounter various kinds of people. Some are genuine and bring positivity, while others might drain our energy or wear a mask of deception. As we navigate these relationships, it's important to find a balance between compassion for others and wisdom in recognizing who truly deserves our energy and time. Buddhism teaches us about the importance of compassion. Compassion is the ability to empathize with others and feel their pain or joy. It encourages us to understand the struggles of those around us. However, it is equally essential to couple compassion with wisdom. This means recognizing when someone's actions are harmful or insincere, even if they seem friendly at first glance. Imagine you have a friend who always seems to need your help. They might call you late at night or text you about their problems, and you rush to support them. While it's compassionate to help, you must also ask yourself, is this friendship reciprocal? Does this person ever check in on you or offer help in return? If not, it might be a sign that the relationship is imbalanced, and it's essential to address it. One way to navigate social relationships is through mindfulness. This practice helps us become more aware of our feelings and those of others. When you are mindful, you can observe the dynamics in your relationships more clearly. For instance, if you notice that a particular person consistently drains your energy, you can take a step back and evaluate whether this relationship is healthy for you. Mindfulness allows you to respond rather than react, giving you the space to make thoughtful choices about your relationships. In the Buddhist tradition, the concept of right action is crucial. This means acting in ways that are beneficial to ourselves and others. When dealing with fake people, right action involves setting boundaries. You can still be compassionate without letting others take advantage of you. It's perfectly acceptable to say no when someone asks for something that makes you uncomfortable or goes beyond what you can give. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you are unkind. It means you respect yourself enough to protect your energy. For example, if a colleague constantly criticizes your work but never offers constructive feedback, it may be wise to limit your interactions with them. Instead, surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire you. This balance allows you to be compassionate while also safeguarding your well-being. Another aspect to consider is the impermanence of relationships. Buddhism teaches us that nothing lasts forever, including friendships. Some people enter our lives for a season, and that's okay. Recognizing that relationships can change helps us not to cling too tightly to those who do not reciprocate our care. Accepting this impermanence frees us from the pain of disappointment and encourages us to invest our time in connections that enrich our lives. It's also important to practice self-compassion. While it's easy to focus on others, don't forget to be kind to yourself. If you find yourself in a relationship that feels one-sided, remind yourself that it's okay to prioritize your needs. Acknowledge your feelings and allow yourself to step back from toxic situations. Just as you would show compassion to a friend struggling with a difficult relationship, show the same understanding to yourself. Engaging in open and honest communication is another key element in navigating relationships. If someone's behavior bothers you, consider expressing your feelings directly, but kindly. This can be a tricky conversation, but approaching it with an open heart can foster understanding and growth. You might say something like, "I value our friendship, but sometimes I feel overwhelmed when I'm the only one reaching out." This kind of honesty can strengthen your bond, allowing both parties to reflect on the dynamics of the relationship. However, be prepared for different reactions. Some may be open to change, while others might become defensive. If the latter occurs, remember that you cannot control how others respond. Your responsibility is to express your feelings and set your boundaries. If they choose to dismiss your concerns, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship and consider whether it is worth your energy. In Buddhist practice, we also learn the importance of non-attachment. This does not mean we stop caring for others, but rather that we understand that our happiness should not rely solely on external relationships. By cultivating inner peace and self-worth, we can navigate social interactions with a clearer mind. This perspective allows us to remain compassionate, even when dealing with fake individuals, without allowing their negativity to affect us deeply. As we continue to explore our relationships, remember that everyone has their struggles. Some people may act fake out of their insecurities or past experiences. While it is vital to protect yourself, it's also important to cultivate understanding. You can choose to view their actions with compassion rather than judgment. This does not excuse harmful behavior, but it can help you detach from the emotional turmoil their actions may cause you. In conclusion, navigating social relationships requires a delicate balance of compassion and wisdom. Embrace the teachings of Buddhism to develop mindfulness, set healthy boundaries, and practice self-compassion. By doing so, you can protect your well-being while still being a source of light and support for those who truly deserve your care. As you continue on this journey, may you find genuine connections that enrich your life and allow you to grow. Detaching from negative influences, letting go with mindfulness. In our journey through life, we encounter many types of people, some genuine and some not so much. Among those we meet, there are often negative influences that can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. These influences can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and even affect our well-being. As a Zen master, I want to share how we can detach from these negative influences and embrace a path of mindfulness and peace. To begin, it's essential to understand what negative influences are. These are the people who consistently bring negativity into your life, whether through constant complaining, criticism, or toxic behavior. You might notice how they leave you feeling drained or anxious after spending time with them. It's as if their negativity clings to you, like a heavy cloak that makes it difficult to breathe. Recognizing these individuals is the first step toward liberation. In Buddhism, we learn the importance of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to notice how certain people affect us. Do they uplift our spirits, or do they bring us down? This awareness is crucial. It allows us to make conscious decisions about who we spend our time with and how we respond to their energy. Imagine you have a friend who often brings gossip and drama into your life. You enjoy their company, but their words leave you feeling uneasy. Instead of ignoring these feelings, take a moment to sit quietly and reflect. What is it about this friendship that feels off? Recognizing these emotions is the first step in understanding the impact of negative influences. Once you've identified these negative influences, the next step is detachment. This doesn't mean cutting them off entirely or holding on to anger. Detachment in Buddhism is about letting go of the emotional weight these relationships bring. It's about finding peace within yourself, regardless of others' actions. Think of a leaf floating down a stream. As it drifts along, it encounters rocks and bends in the water. Instead of clinging to the leaf, let it float freely. Just as the leaf moves with the current, you can learn to navigate through life's challenges without becoming entangled in negativity. This is the essence of detachment. To practice this, start by creating boundaries. Set limits on how much time you spend with negative people. This can be as simple as reducing phone calls or not engaging in conversations that lead to negativity. You have the right to protect your energy. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. It's a necessity. Another powerful tool is mindfulness meditation. Spend time each day in quiet reflection. Focus on your breath and allow your thoughts to settle. During this time, visualize releasing any negativity you've absorbed from others. Imagine it leaving your body and drifting away like clouds in the sky. This visualization can help you cleanse your spirit and create space for positivity. Also, surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out those who inspire you, support you, and lift you up. These are the people who encourage your growth and make your heart feel light. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. When you fill your life with positivity, there's less room for negativity to take root. It's important to recognize that detaching from negative influences isn't about blaming or judging others. Everyone has their struggles, and sometimes, people project their pain onto those around them. Instead of seeing them as enemies, try to view them with compassion. Understand that their negativity may stem from their own unresolved issues. This doesn't mean you have to accept their behavior. It's okay to acknowledge that their actions are harmful to you. Compassion can coexist with boundaries. You can care about someone while choosing to step back for your own peace of mind. As you practice detachment, you might feel a sense of freedom. You'll notice your thoughts becoming clearer, your emotions more stable, and your overall well-being improving. This is the beauty of letting go. You no longer carry the weight of others' negativity on your shoulders. In Buddhist teachings, we learn about the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is temporary, including our relationships. Just as seasons change, so do the dynamics in our lives. Understand that it's okay to outgrow certain relationships. Sometimes, letting go is necessary for your growth and evolution. The act of detaching from negativity isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. There will be moments when you may feel drawn back into old patterns. When this happens, return to your mindfulness practice. Reassess your boundaries and remind yourself of your commitment to peace. Remember, every effort you make toward detaching from negativity is a step toward living a more authentic and fulfilling life. Embrace the process. Trust that as you let go, you create space for new, positive experiences to enter your life. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Detaching from negative influences can be challenging, especially if you've been intertwined with them for a long time. Allow yourself to feel any discomfort that arises, and know that it's part of the healing journey. You are not alone in this process. Many have walked this path before you. As you continue on your journey of detaching from negativity, always carry the wisdom of mindfulness with you. Use it to observe, reflect, and act with intention. Embrace the peace that comes with releasing what no longer serves you, and trust that by doing so, you are creating a life filled with authenticity, joy, and genuine connections. In the next part, we will explore how to cultivate genuine connections, focusing on the path to true friendships through the lens of Buddhism. Cultivating genuine connections, the Buddhist path to true friendships. In the tapestry of our lives, friendships are threads that weave joy, support, and companionship. But not all threads are strong or genuine. Some may appear bright and vibrant, yet they fray under pressure. As we navigate through the realm of relationships, it becomes essential to cultivate connections that nourish our spirits and align with our values. Buddhism offers profound insights into forming genuine friendships that can withstand the tests of time and challenges. At the heart of genuine friendship lies the principle of compassion. True friends see each other's suffering and are willing to lend a hand. They understand that everyone faces struggles, and instead of turning away, they approach with kindness. Think of the Buddha himself. He taught his followers to cultivate loving kindness, or metta, which means extending unconditional love and goodwill to all beings. This foundation of compassion is what helps us build friendships that are authentic and lasting. Imagine having a friend who listens without judgment, who shares your joys and sorrows. This is what genuine friendship looks like. But how do we recognize such friends? The first step is to practice mindfulness. Being present in our interactions allows us to see beyond the surface. It helps us notice whether our friends are truly there for us or merely putting on a facade. When we are mindful, we can discern the intentions behind words and actions. Another key aspect of cultivating genuine connections is the practice of non-attachment. In Buddhism, we learn that holding on to expectations can lead to disappointment. Often, we might expect our friends to behave a certain way or meet our needs. However, this can create a bond that is frail and conditional. Instead, we should approach friendships with an open heart, free from the need to possess or control. By letting go of expectations, we allow relationships to blossom naturally, fostering an environment where authenticity can thrive. Communication also plays a crucial role in building genuine friendships. Open and honest conversations are the bedrock of trust. When we share our thoughts and feelings, we create space for vulnerability. It's important to express our needs and boundaries, as this honesty strengthens the bond. Sometimes, we may fear that speaking our truth will push others away. However, true friends will appreciate our authenticity and respond with understanding. Moreover, engaging in meaningful activities together can deepen the connection. Shared experiences create memories that strengthen the friendship bond. Whether it's hiking in nature, practicing meditation, or simply sharing a meal, these moments become the foundation upon which genuine connections are built. Activities that foster joy and mutual growth enrich our lives, and provide opportunities for deeper understanding. In Buddhism, we also learn about the concept of right intention. This means acting with pure motives in our friendships. Sometimes, we may unintentionally seek relationships for personal gain or validation. When we approach friendships with a mindset of generosity and selflessness, we create a fertile ground for genuine connections. Ask yourself, are you looking for friends to fulfill your needs, or are you ready to be a supportive presence in their lives? It's also essential to surround ourselves with individuals who uplift us. Assess the energy of your friendships. Do you feel encouraged and inspired, or do you leave conversations feeling drained? Authentic friends will inspire us to grow and pursue our dreams. They will celebrate our victories and support us during setbacks. Remember, it is better to have a few genuine friends than a large circle of acquaintances. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that genuine connections take time to develop. Just as a seed needs nurturing to grow into a strong tree, friendships require patience and care. Be willing to invest in these relationships, understanding that growth happens gradually. This journey of cultivating genuine connections is not always easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. We also encounter challenges in friendships, such as misunderstandings and conflicts. How we handle these situations can define the strength of our bonds. Buddhism teaches us the importance of forgiveness. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the burden of resentment. Holding on to grudges only weighs us down, hindering our ability to connect authentically. Approach conflicts with an open mind, seeking resolution rather than victory. This fosters understanding and deepens trust. Lastly, as we cultivate genuine connections, let's not forget to nurture the relationship we have with ourselves. Self-compassion is vital. When we are kind to ourselves, we radiate that kindness to others. Understand your own worth and allow yourself to be vulnerable. The more you embrace your true self, the more likely you will attract others who appreciate and accept you for who you are. In summary, the path to cultivating genuine connections is paved with compassion, mindfulness, and authenticity. By letting go of expectations, engaging in open communication, and surrounding ourselves with uplifting individuals, we can create friendships that nourish our souls. Remember, true friendships are not merely about the number of people in our lives, but the depth of those connections. By embracing the principles of Buddhism, we can enrich our relationships, creating a supportive network that celebrates our shared humanity. As we continue our exploration of relationships, remember that every connection, whether genuine or fake, offers us lessons. Each experience helps us grow and refine our understanding of what it means to be a true friend. Stay open-hearted, and may your journey be filled with authentic connections that bring joy and fulfillment. Karma and deception, the consequences of living falsely. In the intricate web of our lives, the concept of karma serves as a powerful reminder of the choices we make and the energy we put into the world. At its core, karma is about action and reaction, the understanding that every deed has consequences. This is especially significant when we consider the impact of deception, both on ourselves and on those around us. Imagine for a moment a seed planted in fertile soil. When nurtured with love and care, it grows into a beautiful tree, providing shade and fruit. But if that seed is planted with hidden motives, perhaps out of jealousy or a desire to manipulate, it may still grow, but its fruit will be bitter. The same principle applies to our interactions with others. When we engage in deceit, we may gain short-term advantages, but we set ourselves on a path filled with consequences that can lead to suffering. Fake people often don a mask to hide their true intentions. They may lie, manipulate, or flatter to achieve their goals, believing that the end justifies the means. But the truth is, such actions create a ripple effect that reverberates throughout their lives. Just as a stone thrown into a pond creates ripples, so too do our actions influence the world around us. Each untruth spoken, each insincere gesture, sends forth energy that will eventually return to the one who cast it. This is the essence of karma. In Buddhism, we learn the importance of mindfulness, which helps us become aware of our actions and their implications. When we act with clarity and honesty, we align ourselves with positive karma. This means choosing truthfulness over deception, understanding that our words and deeds shape not only our own lives, but also the lives of others. we must ask ourselves, are we nurturing the seeds of kindness and authenticity, or are we sowing seeds of deception and negativity? Consider how fake individuals often live in a state of fear. They fear being exposed, losing the facade they've created. This fear keeps them trapped, and their lives become a constant cycle of lies. They cannot find true happiness because their foundation is built on falsehoods. On the other hand, those who choose to live authentically experience a sense of freedom. They are not weighed down by the burden of maintaining a charade. Instead, they cultivate relationships based on trust and mutual respect. When we reflect on our own behavior, it's essential to recognize the moments we may have acted inauthentically. Perhaps we flattered someone to gain their favor, or we hid our true feelings to avoid confrontation. Each of these actions can create negative karma, leading to feelings of guilt and disconnection. But it's important to understand that recognizing these moments is a step toward growth. Acknowledging our mistakes allows us to learn and change, aligning ourselves more closely with our true nature. As we navigate the complexities of relationships, let us remember that authenticity is a gift we can offer not only to ourselves but to others as well. When we show up as our true selves, we create a safe space for others to do the same. This is the essence of compassion. We encourage honesty and vulnerability, allowing for deeper connections to flourish. Fake people thrive in environments where authenticity is lacking. They hide in the shadows of insincerity. When we shine a light on our true selves, we dispel those shadows. The consequences of deception extend beyond our immediate interactions. They ripple out into our communities and the world. Consider how widespread dishonesty erodes trust in society. When people feel they cannot rely on one another, it breeds cynicism and fear. In contrast, when individuals commit to truthfulness, they help cultivate an environment where trust can flourish. This, in turn, encourages more people to be genuine, creating a cycle of positive karma. In our daily lives, we can practice mindfulness to become more aware of our thoughts and intentions. Before speaking or acting, we can pause and ask ourselves, is this truthful? Is this kind? By cultivating this habit, we learn to make choices that align with our values, allowing us to create positive karma. Even in difficult situations, we can choose honesty over deception, knowing that our actions will ultimately shape our reality. As we explore the relationship between karma and deception, it's vital to remember that transformation is always possible. No matter how deeply entrenched we may be in patterns of deceit, we can change. Each moment offers a new opportunity to align with our true selves and choose authenticity. This journey requires patience and self-compassion, as change does not happen overnight. However, with dedication, we can shift the trajectory of our lives toward greater truthfulness. In conclusion, the consequences of living falsely are profound, both for the individual and for society. By understanding the principle of karma, we gain insight into how our actions create our reality. When we commit to authenticity and kindness, we cultivate positive karma, leading to richer and more meaningful relationships. As we move forward, let us strive to embody the principles of honesty and compassion, allowing our true selves to shine brightly in the world. By doing so, we not only elevate our own lives but also contribute to the well-being of those around us. Healing from betrayal, finding peace after being hurt. In our lives, we often place trust in others, believing they will be sincere and supportive. However, there are times when we find ourselves betrayed by those we held dear. This betrayal can leave deep emotional wounds that affect our well-being. It's essential to understand how to heal from these experiences, using the teachings of Buddhism as our guide. When someone betrays us, it's natural to feel a whirlwind of emotions: anger, sadness, confusion, and sometimes even shame. We may replay the events in our minds, seeking answers to questions that might never be clear. Why did they do this? Did I misjudge them? Such thoughts can trap us in a cycle of pain, preventing us from moving forward. The first step in healing is acknowledging these feelings. Buddhism teaches us to embrace our emotions without judgment. Instead of pushing away your anger or sadness, allow yourself to feel them fully. Understand that these feelings are valid and part of being human. Recognizing your pain is the first step toward healing. Next, it is important to practice forgiveness, not necessarily for the person who hurt you but for yourself. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone's behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Carrying these feelings is like holding onto hot coal. It only hurts you in the end. Imagine a beautiful lotus flower. It grows in muddy waters, but rises above the surface, blooming beautifully. This symbolizes how we can emerge from difficult situations. Our struggles can help us grow and become stronger, just like the lotus. Allow your experiences to shape you, but don't let them define you. Another vital aspect of healing is letting go of attachments. Often, we cling to the idea of how things should have been. We may hold on to memories of better times or dreams of what could have been. In Buddhism, attachment leads to suffering. Recognize that everything is impermanent, including our relationships. This understanding can provide peace, helping you to release what no longer serves you. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in the healing process. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, bring your focus to the present moment. This practice helps us observe our emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. Sit quietly and breathe deeply. As you inhale, imagine breathing in peace. As you exhale, let go of the hurt. Building a supportive community is also crucial. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and bring positivity into your life. These genuine connections can help restore your faith in others and remind you that not everyone is insincere. Seek out those who show kindness and compassion. They can help you heal and offer a safe space to share your feelings. Engaging in self-care practices is essential for healing as well. Treat yourself with kindness and nurture your body and mind. This could be through meditation, yoga, or simply spending time in nature. These activities can help you reconnect with yourself, allowing you to find joy and peace amid the pain. Another important lesson from Buddhism is to view betrayal as an opportunity for growth. Each experience, even the painful ones, can teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and our relationships. Reflect on what you have learned from the betrayal. Has it made you more discerning in choosing friends? Has it taught you about your own values and boundaries? As you process your emotions and experiences, remember that healing is not linear. There will be good days and bad days. Be patient with yourself. Allow time for the wounds to mend. Sometimes, you may feel like you've taken steps forward only to find yourself feeling hurt again. This is a normal part of the healing journey. In Buddhism, we also talk about compassion. Start by cultivating compassion for yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer to a friend who is suffering. Speak to yourself gently. Acknowledge your pain, and remind yourself that it's okay to hurt and to take time to heal. As you work through your feelings, consider how you can apply the lessons learned from this experience to your future relationships. Use your insights to set healthy boundaries. Let the betrayal be a guide to recognizing red flags in others, allowing you to protect your heart from future harm. Finally, consider the power of gratitude in the healing process. It might sound strange, but expressing gratitude, even in difficult times, can shift your perspective. Reflect on what you've learned about yourself, what you value in relationships, and the support you have received from others. Gratitude helps shift the focus from what was lost to what is still present in your life. In conclusion, healing from betrayal is a journey that takes time and patience. Acknowledge your emotions, practice forgiveness, and let go of attachments. Embrace mindfulness, seek support, and engage in self-care. Remember, every experience shapes us, and even the most painful betrayals can lead us to deeper self-understanding and stronger connections. As we learn to navigate through the hurt, we can find a path toward peace and resilience. The power of discernment, developing insight to recognize truth. In our journey through life, we often encounter a mix of genuine and fake people. While it's easy to get caught up in their words and actions, cultivating discernment allows us to navigate these relationships with wisdom. Discernment is not just about judgment. It's a deeper understanding that enables us to see beyond appearances. Imagine you're walking in a beautiful garden filled with various flowers. Some bloom vibrantly, while others may look pretty on the surface but are wilting beneath. In the same way, people can appear delightful at first glance, yet their true nature may be hidden. To truly see them, we must cultivate a sense of awareness. Buddhism teaches us to practice mindfulness, which involves being present and fully aware of our surroundings. When we apply this to our relationships, we begin to notice subtle cues. Pay attention to how people behave in different situations. Are they consistently kind, or do they only show their true colors when it benefits them? This awareness helps us differentiate between those who genuinely care for us and those who are merely pretending. One important aspect of discernment is learning to listen, not just to words, but to the emotions behind them. For instance, when someone compliments you, consider the context. Is it sincere or just flattery? Genuine compliments come from a place of respect and understanding, while empty words are often self-serving. By tuning in to the emotions and intentions behind what is said, we develop a clearer picture of a person's true nature. As we grow in our ability to discern, we also begin to trust our instincts. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant connection, or perhaps an unsettling vibe? Our intuition often picks up on subtle signs that our conscious mind may overlook. In Buddhism, we believe that our intuition is guided by our experiences and understanding of the world. Trusting this inner voice can guide us in choosing who to surround ourselves with. Moreover, developing discernment means recognizing the impermanence of relationships. Not every connection is meant to last. Just as flowers bloom and fade, so too do some relationships. It's natural to outgrow certain people, especially those who drain our energy or bring negativity into our lives. Acknowledging this can be difficult, but it's essential for our personal growth. By releasing these connections, we create space for more meaningful relationships to flourish. Another important element of discernment is to practice compassion. This might seem contradictory, but understanding the motivations of fake people can help us respond with kindness rather than anger. Often, individuals who deceive or manipulate others do so out of their own insecurities or fears. By recognizing this, we can choose to approach them with compassion while also maintaining healthy boundaries. This balance allows us to protect ourselves without closing our hearts to others. In moments of confusion, returning to our breath can be a powerful tool. When faced with challenging interactions, take a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. This practice of mindfulness helps clear the mind, allowing us to see situations more clearly. With a calm mind, we can reflect on the dynamics at play, making it easier to discern truth from falsehood. Furthermore, seeking wisdom from trusted friends or mentors can enhance our discernment. Sharing our experiences with those who have walked a similar path can provide valuable insights. They may see things from a different perspective, helping us recognize patterns we might have missed. It's essential to surround ourselves with people who encourage our growth and challenge our perceptions in a positive way. As we develop discernment, it's important to remember that it is a lifelong journey. We will make mistakes along the way, misjudging people or situations. However, each experience teaches us something valuable. Embrace these lessons and use them to refine your ability to see clearly. With time, you will become more adept at recognizing genuine connections and protecting yourself from those who do not have your best interests at heart. In conclusion, the power of discernment lies in our ability to see beyond the surface. By practicing mindfulness, listening to our intuition, and approaching relationships with compassion, we can navigate the complexities of human interactions. This wisdom allows us to foster authentic connections while shielding ourselves from negativity. As we continue on our journey, let us embrace the beauty of discernment, recognizing it as a vital tool for a fulfilling life filled with genuine relationships. Through this understanding, we cultivate a peaceful mind and a compassionate heart, enabling us to navigate the world with clarity and confidence. Embracing authenticity and staying true to yourself. Dear student, we have come a long way together, learning about the nature of fake people, understanding their patterns, and discovering the tools to navigate the world with more clarity. As we come to the final part of this journey, I want to leave you with something very important: the power of embracing your own authenticity. In a world filled with illusions, where many people wear masks and hide their true selves, it is essential for you to remain grounded in who you truly are. Let me ask you a simple question. How many times have you changed yourself to fit into someone else's expectations? Maybe it was a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. Maybe you felt you needed to act differently to be liked or accepted. But deep down, you knew that the version of yourself you were presenting wasn't authentic. This feeling is common, especially in a world that sometimes values appearances over truth. Throughout this series, we've explored the concept of fake people, those who pretend to be something they're not, those who deceive, manipulate, and hurt. But now, it's time to turn inward and ask, are you being true to yourself? Are you living in alignment with your own values and principles? It is easy to focus on others, but the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. Buddhism teaches us that living in alignment with our true nature brings peace. When we stray from who we really are, we create inner conflict. Just like how fake people live in constant conflict with themselves, we too can experience this if we are not honest with ourselves. The first step to finding genuine people and surrounding yourself with those who bring positivity into your life is to first be genuine yourself. Let me share a simple story that illustrates this point. There was once a young monk who lived in a small village. He was known for his kindness and always helping others. But deep inside, he often felt anxious because he would go out of his way to please people, even when it made him uncomfortable. One day, an elder monk noticed this and asked him, "Why are you always so tired? Why do you feel drained even though you are doing good deeds?" The young monk replied, "I try to make everyone happy, but no matter what I do, I feel like it's never enough." The elder monk smiled and said, "You are like a tree that bends in every direction, trying to please every breeze that passes. But a strong tree knows its roots, and no matter which way the wind blows, it stands firm." The young monk realized that by constantly bending to others' expectations, he was losing his own sense of self. From that day, he learned to act from his heart, rather than from a place of trying to please everyone. He became more authentic, and in doing so, he found inner peace. This story reminds us that we don't need to change ourselves to fit into someone else's mold. Being true to yourself is the greatest gift you can give, not just to yourself but to the world. Authenticity attracts authenticity. When you live genuinely, you naturally draw people who are also genuine, and the fake people will eventually fall away. But how do we stay true to ourselves in a world that sometimes encourages us to be otherwise? The answer lies in mindfulness. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is mindfulness, the ability to be present with yourself, to observe your thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you start to notice when you are acting in ways that don't align with your true self. You become more aware of the choices you make and the people you surround yourself with. When you are mindful, it becomes easier to see through the masks that others wear. You no longer take things at face value. Instead, you begin to sense the energy behind people's words and actions. You'll notice when someone is being insincere, and you'll be able to protect your peace without getting drawn into their games. This ability to discern truth from illusion is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. As you move forward in life, I want to remind you that the presence of fake people is inevitable. But how you choose to respond to them is entirely within your control. Buddhism teaches us not to react with anger or resentment, but with compassion and wisdom. When you encounter someone who is not being genuine, try to understand that their behavior comes from a place of insecurity or fear. They may not know who they truly are, and so they project a false image. This doesn't mean you have to accept their behavior or keep them in your life, but it does mean you can let go of any negative emotions they bring up in you. Letting go is one of the greatest lessons in Buddhism. Just as we let go of attachment to material things, we must also let go of attachment to people who do not serve our well-being. This doesn't mean pushing them away with anger, but rather, releasing them from your mind with love and understanding. When you do this, you create space in your life for those who are meant to be there. Those who bring positivity, peace, and joy. Before we close this final part of our journey, let me leave you with one last teaching. Everything in life is a reflection of your inner state. If you find yourself surrounded by fake people, take a moment to reflect on whether you are being true to yourself. When you live authentically, you naturally begin to attract others who do the same. It all starts with you. I want to thank you for being part of this journey with Wisdom Woven. Remember, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. If you found these teachings valuable, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to support the growth of our community. Your participation helps spread wisdom and brings peace to more people. May you continue to walk your path with mindfulness and authenticity, free from the illusions of others, and may you always stay true to yourself.